After watching Game 2, I thought that was going to be the blowout of the series. Most of the time, in every series, long series, no matter how close the competition is, there's one game where there's just a blowout. One team shows up, one team doesn't. And, I was at Game 2, and I didn't even know I was watching the Dallas Mavericks. It just looked like the Tony Parker show. San Antonio just going off, making everything they made. So I thought that was it. So the rest of these games are going to be close. Let me tell you something, guys. I didn't see Game 3 coming. The way Dallas came out was just on fire. I mean, they came out, the start of the game with an 8-0 run, and they never looked back from there. It was one of the most lopsided victories I've seen in playoff basketball watching the Mavericks. I don't know what happened to San Antonio. Well, what happened was that we adjusted to their offense. Tony Parker couldn't get started. We didn't let him get started. He drove the basketball 3-4 times. We would have Berea on him, and then we'd have either Damp or Howard waiting for him to block his shot. After about 3 or 4 times, he stopped going to the basket. Tim Duncan was a non-factor. And everybody on Dallas was a factor. I don't know. And this was such a drubbing. This was such a behind-the-woodshed beatdown. Now, the final score was about the same, deficit as Game 2. But if you watch this game, and if you got to, now it was on NBA TV, so we had to go to Pluckers. I've said it quite a bit. Go to Pluckers to watch the game. But if you watch the game, this game, if we left our starters in the fourth quarter, this would have been a 40-point win. We put our scrubs in the fourth quarter, so did San Antonio. Both teams just kind of realized the game was over, and we went a stretch there where we didn't score for like 3-4 minutes. Still won by 21. Dirk Nowitzki had 20 points, would have had more if he'd stayed in the game. Jason Terry finally getting his shot, finding his shot, and it's a home game. It's a home game for Dallas. Going to San Antonio and being there, I like to be on the road. I like to be the bad guy or whatever. And I think teams do that too. At the same time, there's something to be said for being at your home court. And the Dallas Mavericks fans really showed up, really got into the game. Now, I think in the second half it kind of fell off because, we made them look like a JV squad. Now, does that mean I think that we're just going to run away with this series? If we win Game 4, 3-1, that could be. But here, I'm worried about Game 4 in this reason. We came out blazing. In Game 2, San Antonio came out, just hit us right in the mouth. We couldn't recover. Game 3, we hit San Antonio twice in the mouth. And they were staggering the whole game. They didn't know what was going on. But here comes Game 4. In NBA playoffs, in each game, it's so much about who needs this game more. Dallas needed Game 3 more than San Antonio did because we need to protect home court. Well, now San Antonio has to get this split in Dallas if they really want to have a chance to win this series. So Game 4 is on San Antonio. And it's very difficult. It's just not feasible to think that a team can come out every night with the same kind of intensity that they came out with the time before. So I expect Game 4 to really be a knockdown, drag-out fight. I don't think Tony Parker is going to be as bad as he was. I don't think Tim Duncan is going to be as bad as he was. Though Tim Duncan, I will say, even in their victory, Duncan has shown his age. Now, I know his knees hurt or ankle or something, so that's definitely been a factor in the reason he hasn't been as productive as he usually is. But I think the Spurs are showing their age a little bit. Dallas, a little young. We're still veteran, but our bench, we have a very deep bench. J.J. Berea coming on, started the game, played great. Jason Terry, also congratulations Jason Terry, which everyone knew he was going to win the sixth man. Great. But I think another big thing, and that really as Dallas Mavericks fans needs to really give us a lot of hope and a lot of excitement for this playoff. Not just this series, but if somehow we do get out of this series and move on. Before the game, Dirk Nowitzki received an award. Now, I didn't know what it was. It was, they gave him a trophy, a little NBA trophy. I'm like, what did he win? He won Western Conference Player of the Month. And that just speaks volumes. The year we got knocked out in the first round by Golden State, he won MVP for the season. And I think he rightfully deserved it, but he didn't show up in the playoffs. He played horrible against Golden State. And really, his acceptance ceremony was at a press conference, really low-key. You could tell it even hurt for him to get that. But what that Player of the Month says is that right now, he's playing his best basketball. Now, Game 2, he didn't play very well, but no one on Dallas did. He showed up. He played as a leader. Game 3, he only had 20 points, which, only 20 points, and you can say that with Dirk Nowitzki. But he would have had more if he played in the fourth. But the jumpers were falling. He wasn't forcing stuff. He was taking his shots. I will say this about Dirk. I think he's lost the three ball. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Dirk's kind of, I haven't seen him just spot up and hit threes at all, really. I mean, his inside jumpers are insane, just great, and he's a man. And if he keeps doing that, spot, we got Terry, Barea, Kid when he's wide open, and Josh who can hit those at times. But I have noticed that about his game, and maybe he's just changing things. Dallas up 2-1, going into Game 4 in Dallas. Also, guys, let you know that me and two of my friends here at Texas have already purchased our tickets for Game 5 in San Antonio. That's right. We will be going back to San Antonio on Tuesday. Hopefully, the Mavs can get a victory there. It's going to be very difficult, especially difficult if Dallas takes Game 4. If it's a 3-1 series going into San Antonio on Tuesday, you think there's a lot of desperation for the Spurs to win Saturday. If Dallas wins that one, they're going to throw everything at us on Tuesday. But I'm still, we want to go rep the guys. It'd be great. Love the butt kicking. Love seeing all those Spurs fans at Pluckers they didn't know what happened. They were just kind of looking around. And the Dallas fans, we were getting excited. And then after a while, I think everyone just started having conversations and stuff and kind of glancing up at the TV like, oh, look at that. Dallas is up by 30 again. Oh, it's 25. Oh, good job, Spurs. So, Dallas, way to go. Dirk Nowitzki, keep leading this team. Jason Terry, way to get back into this series. Find your shot. Hopefully, he's going to shoot well at home. You just shoot well at home. Let's hopefully, if we, after Game 4, hopefully those shots will keep falling in San Antonio. See you guys later for Game 4 in Dallas on Saturday. I'll be in the building for Game 5 in San Antonio. Go Mavs. Don't you love NBA playoffs?